Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I making another video here on the YouTube platform. I'm going to be going go-karting today. I'm going to a brilliant circuit. I would say possibly one of the best in the world. It's definitely the best in Spain. If you don't know it, here's the name. It's called Campillos Karting, and that's with a double L, because in Spanish the E is a L. So it's not Campillos, it's Campillos. Yeah, I'm going to be going there. It's near enough to Malaga. It's about an hour and a half's drive from here. I've got the bag full of camera equipment. I'm going to be doing a GoPro shot and some 360 shots. So all of that racing simulator nonsense in the bow of my boat is finally going to pay off, and I get to use it in practice. So I've been to this karting track a few times, and they've got karts that do 120 kilometers an hour. It's a completely outdoor track, FIA certified, and it's part of the World Karting Championship. It's the final thing. If you look it up on YouTube, you can look up Campillos Karting, and I think it was like 2022 or 2023. They said, oh, and the winner of the karting championship is Kimi Antonelli. Does that name ring any bells for those of you that like F1? He's in F1 now in Mercedes. So yeah, it's a very good track, very competitive, and we're going to be doing some brilliant recording, so I will catch you when I am there.
Anyway, so how's that cream doing on your arsehole? Oh, are you recording? Sorry about that.
You're a proper twat.
I heard you had analitis.
Analitis, eh?
Anyway, how's your testicular cancer treatment going?
Nah,
have they cut a bollock off yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bollock down. Whoops. At least you can't get hit.
I'm just trying to take some scenic videos, man.
Oh. Hey, don't touch me there.
I ain't touching anywhere. I've got a hand in the shot.
Okay. Where's the other one?
Wearing the Rolex. Well, I've got to hold the camera somehow. Fucking hell. This is the karting centre. Alas, we are here in Campillos Karting. There are all the karts there. Got the cameras ready. We will be on track. Okay, so here we've got me right behind. This is the POV, Hayden in front. I'm just going to narrate some of the fine racecraft that's going on here. Hayden went a little bit wide at the bottom of that hairpin. It's quite a difficult hairpin actually there. You've got a downhill left-hander, and you've got very little grip, so you need to be very precise on where the kart is. Side by side through that hairpin. I'm behind Hayden down to the back straight, and these karts are no joke, honestly. They can do about 80 or 90 kilometers per hour. In fact, last year I ended up having a massive crash. We had a group of about 30 people, and me and Hayden were making our way through the entire grid. Eventually someone spun on that really difficult hairpin that's coming up here in this clip, and I was boxed in by everybody else. Right there is where I crashed. I flew out the cart because these don't have seat belts, and I cut myself on the cart in front, got run over by the cart behind, left a life scar. But anyways, one thing I noticed in this session that I was doing with Hayden is I was a lot faster than he was. On the straights it just was not any competition whatsoever. You'll be able to see it here in this clip, for example. Exactly the same run, but he's just trying, and it's no competition because, I mean, here I lifted, you could see, just to make it a bit more even, but I've got about a 20 kilogram advantage over him. He's at about 97. We ended up weighing ourselves in the place there. I've got 20 kilograms on him, so we decided we're going to need to add some weight somehow. Not sure how we're going to do it, but again, you can see here exactly the same run, but my acceleration is just overpowered. So it was just too easy for me. Many cases throughout this entire session. It's just clips of me getting insane acceleration out of a corner, and it wasn't fun. I kept letting him pass and just overtaking too easily, so it wasn't the most enjoyable experience. I mean, here we're battling decently down to the hairpin. I think unless we go two abreast, yeah, it's quite a scary thing to do there, to be honest. Like, it's super sketchy, super risky as well. The acceleration seemed pretty even there, but I think he had a run on me to begin with, which made the acceleration even. Look at that, the switch back from Hayden. I try and go wide to get more acceleration around the outside of the back straight, which is quite an insane advantage I had over him. And yeah, you can watch the clips for yourself here. Okay, that was a little bit too easy to overtake and stuff. Had to keep lifting. Asked the staff here, this is a 10 kilo weight, weighed ourselves, and this might even out the odds a little bit. We've just done 20 minutes in the karts. We're about to do a 15-minute race starting from the grid, so that'll be fun. And yeah, after that we'll go on to the yellow karts out there, which are a lot faster. And by a lot faster, I mean a lot faster. These ones do, say, 80, 90. Then ones out there, two-stroke 125s. So their power band is insane. And they do about 120 or something. But it's the acceleration more than top speed. And moving into session 2 of the day, me and Hayden decided to do a grid start. I'd start just slightly further back from the box, as you can see, just to make it a little bit even. This is after I've put 10 kilos into my kart, just to even out the odds. And you can see the acceleration is a lot more on par. I felt a difference in the kart. It handled differently, and it didn't feel as responsive as it did before. But it was still, like, very controllable. You can tell I'm still perfectly in control of the kart, right behind Hayden. We had some good battles, actually, as soon as I did have the weight in. Made it a lot more challenging, but I still had a little bit of an edge on him, as you can see. I mean, that could just be down to slipstreams. It's around that corner there, we're doing about 50 or 60 kilometers an hour, but just got a run on him there, you can see. And already by sector 1, I'm straight past him. But I think he does get a little bit of a run on me here, somehow out of the hairpin, coming up to the second hairpin. Tried to do a bit of a switchback, but the car just didn't want to rotate far enough. Didn't get the rotation down quite right. And down the back straight, you'll be able to see once again just how overpowered my acceleration was over him. I think it might have been partly because of my line being better than his, but you never know, really. Also, sorry for the creaking in the background. That's my bow lines on my boat. I'm just recording this in my cabin. So for any of you that are interested in go-karting, which most of you probably aren't that interested in go-karting, and this is a very different video to what the niche of the channel is, which maybe you're not too happy with, but it's just a fun little karting video, really. That's all it is. Coming down to this hairpin once again, I'd just overtaken Hayden here. I think I was in the clear, but I don't know why I haven't cut it. I might actually have to cut the video. Oh, never mind, there we go. That's why I didn't cut it, because he was right there, ready to lunge. But on that I went nice and wide, just to give him a chance to climb back in front, because I kept overtaking still, like, way too easily. You can see the acceleration. Again, nice lunge down the inside. And he actually forced his way in there. He's playing very well, considering he's at a disadvantage. The switch back there, making sure I give him space. Both of us have a run, and taunting him a little bit as we go round. And then we'll just have a few other clips here and there. I will actually just let you guys watch if you're interested. Actually, here, Hayden completely outplayed me with the defense and then switched back. You can see he got a massive run on me. Absolutely astounding racecraft. Anyways, you enjoy the clips for now. Now for this session, me and Hayden have switched the cameras around. I've got the 360 camera and he's got the GoPro. So you're seeing this from his perspective. Now he is quite a tall guy, to be honest. You can see the camera angle is much higher up as opposed to where it was before when it came to me, but it was also mounted in a different place. Just take my word for it, he is quite a bit taller than me. I think at this point in time we had added another 5 kilos to me to put me slightly over on the advantage, since my stature is smaller than his, so he has more drag. I think that's where we were going with it. That's the logic, at least. You can see we still have some good battles, even if I'm slightly overweighted, which we only added more weight afterwards because I wanted a bit more of a challenge. And then it was still, even then I had a bit of a creep on him. I don't even know if it was the cart at that point or if it was just like good line taking or whatever. Just very strange how I always seem to be able to get the acceleration out no matter what happened. As you can see, we're side by side, but again still creeping that tiny little bit more every single time we're on the straights. It could genuinely be down to the cart, but I don't know. We did have the same carts the entire day, so you will never know.
Also decided that we're not going to do the fast carts because they're not really that fun to drive. These ones here. Oh no, that's a 4-stroke. They're not really fun to drive, and we're having a lot of fun just passing and overtaking each other, so we're enjoying it.
Here we actually met some people who were enticed into doing a race with us. See this guy just to my right? He's turns out he's 75 kilos and he did not have any weight. You can tell just by how he's taking off from me. We were all like nice and grouped up into the first sector. You've got the group from the first lot in front, and then these guys. I was trying to get past as best as possible until Hayden made a lunge, which definitely did not help my case, but managed to get the inside line here on the way up to the top of the hill, flat out around this, I don't even know what you want to call that, just a big long hair bit, I suppose. Getting over to the guy in the green shirt who actually has a lock-up right here. He wasn't the greatest of all time, so I just wanted to get past him. It was brought back some PTSD from when the other guy locked up in front of me, only this time I could actually escape. I wasn't blocked in. And then that guy in the distance, there was no catching him for the entire session, and especially after I went off the track like this, trying to push too hard. This is where I learned a very nice lesson of if you lean into the corner, you get a lot of understeer. And if you lean out the corner, you get oversteer. So I leaned out of the corner there. You can feel the neutral steer of the cart. Very next race, we forced the guy to put in 25 kilos of counterweight. And instantly you can tell, he's the one in front of me here. He's not pulling away nearly as quickly as he was before. And me taking a better line. You can see a fly by him completely, like it was nothing. So the next two targets up ahead, you've got Hayden and that other guy, which we never even got their names or anything because me and Hayden paid for one more session. They had 5 minutes less, and they didn't even stick around for the 5 minutes to say goodbye or anything like that. They just fucked off, which we thought was a bit rude, but
it is what it is, I suppose. And just like that, I'm through the grid. A little bit later on, this is the next lap or something, I went a little bit easy to try and get back into the action, and this is where I made a bit of a mistake. Defending quite well, pushing Hayden onto the inside line so I can do a switch back on him, which would have worked if I'd had a bit more of a run. So he sticks the position, and I'm trying to get past with my little advantage, giving him a bump draft for the time being. And I go shoot for the inside, but I couldn't quite make the move as he was covering the inside and really parked his kart on the apex. This is meanwhile the others were catching up massively. You see, I tried to go on the inside, that's the mistake I made. Hayden gets a massive run on me, and just looking over my shoulder, there's the really skinny guy. He's ready to get some revenge on me. So going into turn 1, he runs me a bit wide, but I had a bit of contact with him. Second guy starts overtaking, but I wasn't about to have that because that guy was nowhere near as good as the other guy. That'd just be humiliating if you get overtaken by them. So as we're coming around this chicane, I'm building speed up. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm definitely gonna get him here. At this hairpin, in my mind I was thinking, if he brakes early, I'm going into the back of him. So he's got to brake at the braking zone, otherwise it's just gonna be bad. And he does, he brakes exactly where I'd expect him to. He trail brakes right round the corner, and he even gets a better run out. So I thought, wow, this guy's actually pretty decent. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to play it a bit more strategically if I'm going to catch up to him. Just sit behind him, since we are gaining on Hayden slowly but surely. Get a lovely little slipstream or something through here. I seem to always manage to take that corner so perfectly. 3 abreast, coming to the heavy braking zone. You could do about 80 or 90 kilometers an hour when you hit that corner. So you've got a lot of rubber on the track. You can tell me and Hayden having a bit of a tussle through the second to last corner, down the back straight. I'm getting a bit of a run on the skinny guy. we're gonna call him John, even though he was from Malaga. Okay, tell you what, now we'll call him Mario or something. So coming up on Mario, I was thinking about doing a dive bomb here, and oh yeah, I did do a dive bomb there. Perfect, and then that's the position claimed. No further fights. Going all the way to the end, waving the checkered flag, and I won, which was quite good. This is some of the 360 footage I got from earlier in the day. It wasn't amazing. It sort of all went tits up in the app where I was trying to piece it all together. I don't know what happened to it really. So when I exported it to my phone, I just got the raw wide angle footage, which is just a load of crap, but it is what it is. This is all the same clips. I was just trying to do it like I was doing in the app. It's not the same. You can see it go for a little lunge there. Really managed to park it on the apex like Hayden did in a few clips ago in that race. He gets a decent run on me. Oh, I was letting him through. I think this was when I had a massive amount of counterweight, a massive amount of advantage. And here we go, it's the second clip of the 2, because the rest of them all got corrupted in massive files. It's just a load of hassle really. I don't recommend 360 camera work, it's not that good. They're massive files and it's just not that cool looking. You can see it's alright, but it's just not brilliant, And there we are. So that's been a successful day of karting all day. Total time on the track has been about an hour and a half. Feeling a lot more confident compared to last year when we came here. The racing simulator definitely has paid off. Had to end up adding, 20 kilos to my overall weight of the kart. So I ended up being 103.5 kilos just to even out the field. There was one guy that came and he was dead skinny, and we were thinking, oh, he's no need to add weight to him, he's not going to be that fast. And he was just as fast as us, only 75 kilos. And he was disappearing on curves and straights even when it was just flat out. So we forced him to put 25 kilos of weight into his kart, and all of a sudden he wasn't as quick. So me and Hayden are the reigning champs for today. Celebratory Coca-Cola on the way back. We're going to have a lot of footage to review.